Hey everyone, just want to make this quick video here on what I discovered when trying to replace the bearing and the rotor on my 2011 FX35. I saw on YouTube a bunch of older generation FX35s, but didn't see anyone that's in my generation's FX35, so I decided to make this video. As you can see here, there's no nut here that's holding the bearing. And in another video on YouTube, I saw that someone had a nut here, so I ended up buying a socket for it. And now I have an extra socket that I will never use because this generation of FX35 doesn't have it. Another thing about that I discovered is that on the rotor plate, sometimes on the rotor plates there's a little hole here where you can put a screw into it and push and screw towards the back, so therefore causing pressure to push the rotor plate off of the backing, but there's none here, so it's really just held together by pressure, force. So I ended up just using some WD-40 sprayed around here and also in the back here behind the rotor, where I would expect it to connect to the, not behind this plate, there's a plate here too, but between the plate and the rotor, where I would expect it to get some, rust and things and gunk that would cause the rotor to be stuck. So I sprayed the WD-40, let it sit for a while, and then I just used my trusty, sledgehammer, banged it on the back of here, and it came right off, luckily. Also, because this wheel bearing doesn't have a nut here holding it in, what it does have is 4 nuts in the back. Let me show you. So 4 nuts goes here. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you'll see it on your new bearing too when you buy it. And so I just take these off, and it's pretty easy, luckily. And even with the nuts off, the wheel bearing doesn't come off very easily, so I'm gonna have to use a sledgehammer on that as well, and hopefully it will come out easily. As you can see, my calipers here. Don't ignore this white wire. It's just an old dry cleaning hanger that I'm using to hold the caliper in case it falls off. And I think that's it. All right, have a good day. Okay, so got the rotor off. You can see I'm trying to now get the bearing off. So at first I hit it a few times here. Started sliding out. You can see there's a gap. A gap started to form, like along the edge here, and then you can start, get a screwdriver in here and start wiggling it out. Just work your way down the edge. Work your way down. Use a hammer and bang your flathead screwdriver in where the gap starts opening. Go all the way around and start wiggling it out. That's the plan anyway. Hope it works. All right, so I got it out using the screwdriver method I just described. Going around the edges, just wiggling it, the screwdriver, getting it into the gap, just wiggling it, and you'll discover that this plate is also held by the same bolts that hold the bearing. So this plate falls right off as soon as you get the bearing out. So I'm going to clean all this and then put the new bearing on. You see I ended up putting a couple of gallons of paint here just to hold up my caliper, so that get it out of the way. All right, I think that looks like it's going to be a successful job. Have a good day. Okay, one last thing here. I messed up and I didn't take the speed sensor out. So you can see it's still bolted here, and it's actually within the area of the bearing, but that didn't restrict the bearing from sliding out, and this still seems intact, so I didn't break it. But what I should have done is I should have removed the wheel speed sensor first and then remove the bearing. So I'm going to remove it now, after the fact, so that when I put the new one in, I'm not going to break it, but when I put a new one in. So Don't do what I just did.